My name is Brett Slama. I've been in the insurance industry for 12 years, working with Member Insurance for the last 4. Member Insurance was founded in 1972 as we're exclusively focused in the retail hardware, building supply, and equipment and party supply rental industry. The most important thing that store owners can do is remain PCI compliant and up to date with the malware and software protection plans available. I always recommend having an outside company review your software protection programs to all of my clients. As well, though, we have found through our time at Member Insurance that having a backup insurance plan to protect you in the event of crisis resolution, contacting your customers, and having some compensation available in the event of any damages that would occur is one of our chief responsibilities as an insurance provider. So risk management from your store owner side in terms of making sure that the software and the protection is in place on that side, and then having a backup plan with the insurance available with our expert resources that are familiar with what steps to take in crisis resolution. Rental inventory for our store owners has always been one of the areas that Member Insurance stands out in. We've recently launched an enhanced replacement cost form which provides, in addition to conversion or deletion of false pretense coverage, provides an actual cash value and replacement cost coverage basis. The store owner's most common problem that we run into is a customer will run into the store, possibly provide some false identification or methods of payment, and disappear with a couple $1,000s in scaffolding, power equipment, or anything else really they can fit in their truck. Now they never come back to return that equipment, but since the store owner has allowed them to rent the equipment, it's not necessarily treated as theft within the insurance policies or even within some state law. Member Insurance has built in a provision to provide that deletion of false pretense coverage so that the store owners are able to recover the equipment that they've lost or at least be made whole again. Ordinance or law coverage is one of those finite, small print writings you see in most insurance policies. We at Member Insurance take great pride in our ability to understand the exposures that go along with your business. Ordinance or law protection comes into play in the event that you have a loss to your building or your property exposures, and during the period of recovery, if you have to demolish any part of the undamaged building, if you have to add or update any of the building features, bringing it up to code at the time of rebuilding. Most commonly we'll see handicap ramps being installed or different points of egress and exit from the buildings. Business income coverage is a part of your property coverage form where it takes into consideration your loss of profits during your downtime. In the event you're going through a covered loss and you have to shut your business down or occupy a temporary shelter or space to continue operating your business, this coverage comes into play. There's also within this coverage extra expense coverage and an extended period of time to operate as well. The best thing you can do as far as determining what is my business income limit is to go through our business income worksheet and work with your agent to make sure that you've established an accurate limit and to take care of any disaster planning or relief situations. We at Member Insurance are conscious of people not wanting to be overinsured or underinsured. As a result of that, we try to put together a comprehensive review through a business income worksheet, a Marshall, Swift & Beck report where we evaluate property schedules to make sure that you're properly insured for what the cost of replacement would be. In a sense of what you can do to make sure you're not being overinsured or underinsured, it's take the steps necessary to going through the process with a qualified agent to make sure that you have the proper exposures covered. While every policy is different, the Member Insurance approach to the employment practices liability has been to provide you with a standalone policy specifically for employment practices liability. The reason to put that on a separate policy in general is because of the coverage language afforded to it and the amount of coverage. Our particular form that we're writing that coverage with also allows for full and prior acts of coverage, as well as legal fees included or excluded from the total policy limit, where you'd be able to have your legal expense for defense outside of that coverage limit.